Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to my channel. My name is Lane, and with Halloween rapidly approaching, I kind of wanted to discuss one of the more creepy Pokemon locations to me personally, and go over why I find it so unsettling. So, grab some popcorn, or I guess any snack, and let's get started. Let me start by setting the scene. So picture this. On the top of Mount Coronet, we reach Spear Pillar, the once beautiful temple of Sinnoh, now in ruins for 100 years. You see Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic, where he holds the mysterious red chain in an attempt to summon a legendary Pokémon, so that he can create his new reality. He's then sucked in by tentacles into a portal. Cynthia goes in before you. Once you cross through this portal, you have entered the Distortion World. This world seems like our own, but different. The world is filled with rusty red-colored floating islands and a bottomless sea of blue, with swirling clouds floating up below. The laws of physics that hold our world together don't seem to apply in this world. We are in a world where time does not flow, and the spatial relationships are not normal, giving the player weird abilities like walking anywhere and surfing on walls. Kelp-like trees and rocks are able to grow and form randomly at any time. There are no wild Pokemon in this world, making it feel empty and eerie. Well, that is beyond one Pokemon that we'll get to later. The music is slow, intentional, eerie, and ominous. It's actually playing right now, if you couldn't tell. At the center of this weird land, you find the sole inhabitant of this world, Giratina, the renegade Pokemon. Its form is altered from what we know it to be, appearing in its origin form. Looking back into Sinnoh myth, we can see at the start of the Pokemon universe, due to Giratina's violent nature, its creator, Arceus, banished it to the Distortion World, which became its home from then on. It is theorized that this world was created by Giratina to be a reverse of our world. We know that if we don't stop this Pokemon here and now, there's a chance that it could wreak havoc on our world. The Distortion World is a mirror to our own world, a distortion, if you must. The laws of our world apply to us, but the inverse is true here. It is revealed that when designing Giratina and the Distortion World that they would be the personifications of antimatter. In modern physics, antimatter is defined as the matter composed of antiparticles, of the corresponding particles in ordinary matter, and can be thought of as matter that is reverse charge and parity, or going backward in time. Matter and antimatter are two sides of the same coin, and like similar ideas of good and evil, light and dark, day and night, and this to me is why the Distortion World is so unsettling, as it's the equivalent of our world, but the opposite. It creates an uncanny feeling to know that this is just like our world, but not. The Distortion World in Pokemon is a liminal space. A liminal space is the time between what was and the next. It's a place of transition, waiting, and not knowing. Liminal spaces are where all transformation takes place if we learn to wait and let it form us. The Distortion World is a liminal space in its entirety. Time does not flow here, and it is a space where nothing changes, meant to be a prison force inhabitant. Just like a liminal space, the Distortion World subverts our expectation of what reality is and makes us question what our reality is, and how it works in context to our existence. In our normal Pokemon playthroughs, we experience a bright and colorful world, where in the Distortion World, we experience a dark and two-toned world. In normal games, we have Pokemon everywhere, in the grass, water, skies. Well, here we only have Pokemon banished here, like Giratina, or that travel here through the same portal we come through, like Uxie, Mistspirit, and Azelf. This world is meant to be empty to keep our world intact. Even in spooky locations in the real world, like graveyards and dark forests, people are present, but not here. We are one of 3 humans that are existing in this world, but we aren't meant to be. We are thrown from the normal context of what a Pokemon game is known to be, which leads to this uncanny, unsettling feeling that stays with the player until they leave. This to me is why the Distortion World is so creepy. You know you're not supposed to be there, but you're existing there, and this off feeling of the Distortion World. It's kind of like the future in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness, Sky, etc. You're there and you just get a sense that it's off. It's almost what you want, but it's off. As we leave the Distortion World, we leave a new resident, Team Galactic Cyrus. Having been beaten by a 10-year-old, Cyrus stays in the Distortion World, still vowing to create a world without spirit, which he has done successfully. He has found the place that is completely void of all that the real world has to offer. And he is there till this day, stuck in the world that he had longed so long for. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video with me. And yeah, let me know. I plan to release one more Halloween video next week on Halloween. Probably not going to be spooky, but it's kind of like a theory with ghosts and stuff. So, let me know if you enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!